Hello, hello, hello. What is up, everybody? I ran upstairs. Hi, Dustin, to be on time. I had some babies. Interesting. It says 0 people are here, so I'm gonna give it a few seconds because I know some YouTube lives sometimes can be a little wacky or just a little delayed. We'll just say that. We'll be nice. We'll be nice. How are you? How are you doing this evening? Get my candle lit. See, I'm not even prepared here, but it's okay. I'm here. I am here, and we are going to chat about the energy, as long as I don't burn myself here. What do you guys think about the all the disclosures that are happening? I'll tell you my take on it, or just the feeling that I get. From it all so far. I mean, we're only in the beginning, right? And my candle doesn't want to light. Okay. We might not have candlelight tonight. That's okay. I'm not going to mess around too much. But, I'll tell you, I wrote some things down. I don't know if we're going to go over all of these things here in the live. I think a lot of these things are going to be saved for the members, but only because of the censorship on YouTube, not because I don't want to share everything with everybody, because I truly do. I've been sitting with the energies. Well, first of all, for those of you who don't know, many of you do, I left a post. I had oral surgery Monday evening, and that kind of put me in my own little world. And then waking up out of anesthesia and everything else, my son and a bunch of other people were like, oh my God, what's going on, what's being disclosed, as far as, and we'll just talk about Epstein files first, but more than that, there's just a lot that's being like pummeled into the media and social media, and it's a lot of energy just being churned up and chaotic. It's chaotic energy. It's Uranus energy. And we do have quite the astrology going on right now that's indicative of exactly what's going on. Let me just kind of bring the energy back down. I said to a friend of mine earlier today that I felt a giant weight lifted off of me, because, and not because of the horrific things that are being disclosed and the horrific things that are happening, especially in the United States, but because many of us have been talking about these things for a long time, and there's still more depth to it that has not been fully disclosed yet to the mainstream public, but there's a matter of time before it does. Many of us have been holding on to these truths, and have either speaking about it. We're called conspiracy theorists, or just holding on to it, not being able to speak about it to protect our energy and protect from the attacks coming from, or just even people mocking us and calling us crazy and all of those things. So when the truth is finally revealed, and this has been the path, right? When the truth finally comes out into mainstream public, people are like, what? And there's so much shocking stuff that's being opened up, and it's going to take a little bit of time. I don't think it's going to take a whole lot of time. Oh my goodness, my crown chakra is just, whoo, really strong. It's going to take some time for a lot of the real truth to still come out and be disclosed. However, I felt like there's a giant weight lifted. What are your thoughts on reptile culture? Yeah. Well, it's being disclosed, is it not? Yeah. These are things that many of us on this channel or in this community that are here are fully aware of, and have been fully aware of for quite some time. Yet we were shunned or called conspiracy theorists or called crazy or all of these things. And so we carried this heavy weight and heavy burden within us. Thank you, Blue Paradise. For years and years and years, and fully knowing that one day, just knowing one day, the truth will come out, the truth will be revealed. In many arenas, there's a lot to unpack and uncover for a majority of the population still. So what I want to say about all of this is that every individual, every human being on this planet, we have been lied to and manipulated as a species, fully thinking that, and giving our power away to forces outside of ourselves that portrayed a version of control, power and control, and would use fear-based tactics and programming through school systems, society, religions, family structures, all of the above, government systems, all of these structures. And if you've been on this channel for a while, I've been talking about this for years, since I've been talking about it publicly since 2018, following the astrology, that the top-down systems of control and the structures, the Saturn in Capricorn, was being dismantled. It will eventually be dismantled. It will be disclosed and dismantled. But it's important for us to realize where our power really truly lies, each and every one of us, is where we put our attention and our energy and our focus on. So these manipulative, these nefarious energies are still working. They're working through social media. They're working through other people. They're working to grab our attention and focus and our emotional energy. And it's really important to not get pulled into something that will take all of your focus and all of your attention and all of your energy into something that brings up anger, wanting to fight, or fear, because you are feeding these energies, entities, these powers that be, that were, you're feeding them exactly what they wanted, exactly what controls. That's what they have used to control us since day one. It's intentional manipulation. They want us scared. They want us angry. They want us fighting each other. So it's a vibrational frequency battle here. Maybe I have one. I have a diagram somewhere that shows the levels of vibration connected to our emotions. And I'm sorry, I'm going to look at the chat in a minute here. Connected to our emotional scale and the vibration that it's on. These entities, energies that run through people that have been in systems of power and control for lifetimes, they only vibrate at a low vibrational frequency. And so they can only siphon your energy if they get you into the same vibrational frequency that they feed off of. So anytime your focus and attention and energy goes into anger and fear and greed and all of these lower vibrational, this is where the It's even the spiritual communities have been infiltrated. So it is important to work through your emotions. Don't bypass your anger and your fear and everything, but work through it and realize that if I stay in this energy, I'm losing my energy. I'm losing my power. I'm giving it away to something outside of myself. Let's see what you guys are saying here. Oh, hi everybody. There's a lot of people here. When you're completely outside, there's no such thing as confidentiality. Thank you for your openness on this. Yes, thank you. When you die before, it's not what you see on the other side. It's the fact that you made it there. The knowledge that you obtained is not for worldly matters. Well, are you talking about near-death experience, like coming back, leaving your body and coming back? Because a lot of that wisdom we can use to assist and help others, but we have to first use and assist and help ourselves. We really influence and inspire others by walking the walk and talking the talk, being the change that we wish to see outside of ourselves. That's the name of this channel, is Be the Change. So to keep something contained to yourself, that would be just the same thing as the secret societies and what they're doing, because they have an understanding of this frequency that I'm talking about here. Hello, everybody. Hello. Hi, Amy. Foundational remodeling. I like that. Yeah, we are definitely going through a foundational remodeling. That's for sure. Queen Brienne, I remember seeing the live for the first time, and I've always known that in spite of being fictional satire, it was also very true. Advertising is the big factor in propaganda. Well, it's also part of the rules of the game. The truth has always been hidden in plain sight. It is always given to us, but it's given to us in a form of satire or in a form of a movie or a book. It feels like this is just an illusion, right? This is just make-believe. But no, a lot of these things are really happening. And it's hard for someone connected to their heart and their soul in a human body to actually, their brain to even come to terms, comprehend that other human beings who have been completely manipulated by reptilians are the biggest species, but other entities that have extreme abilities. They know us in and out. They know human behavior, human design. They understand. They've been watching us forever. They know how to manipulate the show. We're just waking up. The human population is just waking up to realizing this and seeing it for what it is. Hi, Kelsey Storm. Thank you for subscribing. What's the topic of conversation tonight? Well, we're talking about what has been disclosed so far. It just kind of came up organically. Dustin says, shaming another or shaming self is the lowest emotional expression, potentially allowing or inviting entity attachments. Yeah. Yeah, so that's another, it's really important for us now, those of us who are conscious and aware of what is happening, to not feed into that game and to really not judge or shame or blame other humans that are going through this. It's a transformation, but it's dark. It's dark. The darkness is coming out to be exposed. To have compassion in our hearts, because for most people who are just firsthand being exposed to these truths, I mean, you have to remember a lot of our first awakenings, and yeah, it can be blissful and exciting and everything, but when the truth is fully exposed, anger, that was my first, like, what? I was furious and angry at spirit, angry at the whole. I'm like, I didn't sign up for this game. What the, I was pissed. So we have to have love and compassion in our hearts for everybody that are just going through this transition, and be there for them when they come to terms with things. when they come to terms with the reality that we have been all creating or co-creating with nefarious beings. Yes, sensitive souls have been battered of late. I'll talk about that one. Hi, everybody. Oh, I have a lot of people here. Amy says, my dad had a fall last week. He has Alzheimer's and wandered from home. Someone found him on the side of the highway because he fell and hit his head. Oh, my goodness. I'm so sorry. They stopped and took him to the ER. He suffered a head injury and a stroke. Wow. Oh, I hope he's going to be okay. That's scary. I'm glad that he was found. Queen Brienne, I believe we are all reptile people deep down, dragon mind, ancient memory in our DNA. You just have to unlock it. We all have that component. We all have a portion of, we're all a mixed breed, for sure. And what were we talking about in the last live? I wrote it, I drew a little diagram. And again, I don't want to butcher the work of Keone, but he speaks of this hexagon that's connecting 6 major star clusters, star families. And Draco is one of the first ones. And we have to, the part of the passage is to go through all of these experiences and complete the circuit. We're still kind of stuck in mastering the material realm. We're stuck in the Pleiadian constellation of Earth. They all have elemental frequencies to them. But yes, everything is within our DNA, and it is being unlocked. A lot of the energy that's coming from the sun is opening up and unlocking a lot of things. So these beings definitely tampered with our natural DNA, have tampered with many of us, whether we're aware of it or not, have been tampered with. Even, and there's, again, this is why I started the members, because there's certain words I can't even say here on YouTube without getting like my hand slapped. But the injections that we're forced to have even when babies are born have, especially now, certain ingredients in them that can really tamper with us. There's so much to unpack here. Food, our environment. I actually wrote a lot of that stuff down. The chemtrails, the weather manipulation, HARP, the frequencies that are being utilized to cause mass destruction. It's the reason why this is all being ramped up right now, full force, the dark side, is because of all the light energy that is coming onto the planet. And the light is exposing the dark. And opening us up to our light. What do we have? Radiation fog, GMOs, glyphosate, Bill Gates wanting to have population control and depopulate the poor people. I mean, there's all of this stuff is really becoming a reality for people who have had their head in the sand, probably have heard it before from many of us or people like us, and called us crazy and conspiracy theorists and whatnot. Yeah. Hi, Lisa. Yes, we're all sending so much love to your dad, Lisa, and to you and your family. Isaac Wilson, self-controlled personal trauma engagements allow you to create your own moral compass. Just throwing out a doctoral imagination. Hello, Holly. Yes, Paige, hybrid humanoids. Yeah. He's back home now, Amy, good, but he isn't the same. Oh. His mind is gone. I feel like I lost my dad, not in a physical sense. Such a strange feeling. Keep an eye on him and keep sending him your energy. You have some powerful energy there. Keep connecting to him, making eye contact. I had these experiences with my grandmother as well. Same thing. She went downhill with dementia and left her home often and fell in the middle of the street, and she lived alone at the time, was found, and then she was evacuated. She lived in on the coast, Ocean City, New Jersey, on the coast, and we had Hurricane Sandy that came in, big hurricane, and the first time and only time she ever was evacuated and was put into a home, and she tried to escape the home multiple times. They put alarms on her. Anyway, long story short, she went downhill pretty quickly. But when I came in to see her, I spent time with her, and I saw all of the different entities that were talking through her to me. And I knew it wasn't her. I knew these were nefarious energies. And I'm going to get to that. This is the biggest topic I want to talk about right now, because this is happening on a big scale right now. And I'm not saying this to invoke fear at all. It's awareness. When I recognized that, and I said, I want you to leave my mom alone. I want to have a one-on-one with her. And I put my power and energy in there. She came back, her eyes, her expression, and she started crying and kissing me and hugging me. It's hard, but this is happening to many of us on a grand scale anyway, especially if you're really connected to your psychic senses. You'll see certain people. I had an episode with my grandson last Saturday. And it wasn't him. I could see it in the eyes and in the face. And I didn't know what to do at first, because he's only 4. He's a child. And I was angry inside. So I had to sit and really breathe through that energy. And eventually he came around. And then later in the day, when it was just me, I was talking to my spirit guides. And I went higher. And I said, I went to the source of these entities, and I said, you want to get to me, you come to me. You do not touch my grandson. You do not touch him again. And an eagle flew over my car. I think I talked about this last week. Eagle flew around my car, did a circle around the top of my car. And then I got home, and on top of my deck, a white-tailed hawk flew over my deck. And then I heard, the energy is clear. I put my foot down. I'm like, no more, no more. Do not allow it. But don't engage when it's coming through the person, because you're engaging with that entity. Let it clear. Don't let it penetrate you. Put love in your heart and compassion in your heart for the human being that is in there. There's a soul in there. But there are times where there's holes in our energy field. And it usually is through the unprocessed trauma and pain that has never been healed. And they try to get to us. We're the light. We hold a lot of power and light. And these entities want to come in and get through to us big time right now. I've seen it firsthand. I've experienced it firsthand. Yeah, it's a hijacking. It truly is. What they would call possession, being possessed, right? Not me. I like to forage. Third wave volunteer right here. Dolores Cannon is wonderful. Yes, she is wonderful. But the nature spirits, they connected to me. They heard me and brought me signs and said, this is clear. This energy is clear. No more. No more. You're not allowed here. You're not allowed in this home. You're certainly not allowed to touch my grandchildren. Oh yes, Lisa, I saw on YouTube people trying to melt snow. It only burned and smelled. Yeah, that's been going around pretty viral too. The heavy metals, the microplastics, who knows what is coming down on us, but the chemtrails have been off the charts lately. And I noticed it when we have heavy solar activity, because I'm always tracking the solar flares and the CMEs. If I can even see the sun, because it's just been so overcast and cloudy forever. It's constantly, they're always going towards the sun too. It's wild. This will come to an end eventually, but our bodies are miraculous. Our bodies are amazing, and we'll bounce back. We will bounce back from this. Attacks against the elements, earth, air, fire, and water. Yep. And this is, we've got to be stronger than that. We are stronger than that. Don't give in to the anger. Don't give in to the fear. That's what they want. They know how to provoke us. If you get triggered, you feel that energy come on, know that there's an entity that knows you well and knows how to get to you. There's also an indicator that there's some unprocessed, unhealed wound within you that you want to take a look at. And it can happen like really quick, the healing. Let's see what you guys are saying. Queen Brienne, how familiar are you with the secret societies? I am largely a follower of their doctrines and histories, which have been disseminated largely for free over the last few decades. I'm very familiar with them. I mean, as far as aware and studied, and I certainly trust and believe what a lot of the people who have put a lot of their work and effort and time into understanding them that are still alive, right? Because there are many who are no longer here embodied, like Rudolf Steiner and but David Icke. There's a lot of people who Gigi Young will go into the secret societies. There's a lot of people, actually. I'm quite impressed how many people are fully aware of these, which is still under the umbrella of this, what I'm talking about, this, whatever you would call it. I don't even want to give it a name. That's interesting. The rites and rituals of the Golden Dawn, Thelma, Chaos Magic, and even the neo-pagan Wiccan groups largely all cross over. Yeah. Hi, Dreamweaver. Happy birthday, Donna. Thank you. Oh, hi, Anj. I got really hot. Oh my gosh, you know what? My heat is really up high. No wonder. And we're talking about a topic that is pretty intense. But the reason why I bring this topic up is because we must be aware of what's really happening and what's happening to many of us who, especially those of us who are working with energy, whether you're a Reiki practitioner, yoga practitioner, you're psychic, a medium, anything, working with the unseen, right? These entities are like fleas. They are coming through hot and heavy right now. And don't let them shake you. Don't give them any of your power. Don't be afraid of them. That's what they want. We're the ones with the power. We're the ones that have been giving them the power and the energy all along. Hello. So again, remember that vibrational spectrum and always check, where's my energy going to? If you're focusing on posts, I just saw a really cute, I guess you would call them memes. I'm not even sure what memes really are. This is how social media illiterate I am. There is no real Illuminati. I mean, let me sit with that. I see it beyond that. I see it beyond that. This is ancient old. There was a time in this earthly construct where we came here to experience duality, but still duality through the heart. We came here to experience the duality, the range of emotion, and because say to get appreciation for the love and the joy and the excitement and all the beautiful things that we can experience here in these human bodies in this beautiful planet. And something happened, and it opened up a space, a hole where these other beings got in rapidly, started to grow, and I'm trying to use my words carefully. Harvest human. So when we want to go into the rituals and the sacrifice, and I'm going to stay short on this topic here. We will go deeper into it on members. It's the fear, it's the rush. How do we say? It's the rush and adrenaline that rushes through the human body and the blood, through the fear and the trauma. And there's different layers, right? They feed off of our energy. Fear, anger, trauma. That's in the energy field. And that's feeding them just a little bit, but enough to keep them surviving. To keep them in human form, they need to have these rituals, these blood rituals. And it's horrific. This is why my face is flushed. The trauma that they have to put the human through before, doing off with them and consuming. Should I even be talking about this right now? Consuming. It's like somebody doing heroin. It's a rush, but it also keeps them in their human form, keeps them alive. It's like a vampire, basically. Power transfusion, periodic table. Let's see here. Amy, I think CERN ripped into another dimension, and these other beings have been messing with our frequencies and timelines. That's definitely one of them. I mean, again, more recently, yeah, but way back in the ancient times, it was an accident. They weren't supposed to be in here, and they got in. And because of the laws of the universe, they were allowed to for a period of time. And we did go through the dark ages. And we humans just think it's normal and it's natural that we're killing each other and raping each other. I'm not even supposed to say that word. See, words. Harming each other. That they're just bad guys and good guys. This is not the case at all. So, yes, when CERN started back up again, it definitely opened something up. I'm not really sure exactly what, but that's when things became really convoluted in the energy field, for sure. And there was a lot of infiltration. As a reader, as somebody that taps into those streams, sometimes it's like, oh, I don't know, it's like getting, like you're on a CB radio. This is what they're showing me. You're on a CB radio and you're talking to somebody one-on-one and then somebody else cuts in. It's like that kind of thing, constantly. So you have to know your connection with, and I'm just talking as when you're reading through the psychic stream or the medium stream. Power transfusion, periodic table. Dustin, Queen, please stop distracting with distortions. Chaos magic is nothing to praise, and Illuminati is a real thing. Yeah. Thank you, Dustin. CERN looks like a giant portal. Well, they're trying to create like a black hole, I think. And Yeah, I don't think that they're going to be successful with this, but it certainly has caused a lot of distortion for sure in the field. I'm not military, but I do simplify. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, whew. Let me just, it's a hard topic to discuss on the YouTube lives. I know other people do it, and I do want to discuss these things. I just have to be really careful with my word because I want to be able to be of the service that I'm meant to be here on this channel. So just be careful. Pay attention to what you are focusing on, what posts, what social media posts are sucking you in, what people, these could be families, could be friends who are consumed with political things or the Epstein files or what's going on with ICE. It's not to say that we don't want it. We're not sticking our head in the sand. But when you're aware, you're aware. When you're aware of the agenda, you're aware of the agenda. And we can bring our energy back to our heart. And this is the power that we have. Discernment is very important too, but bringing the energy back to our heart, have compassion, know that this is playing out. It has to play out. It won't be playing out forever. There is a timeline. We have eclipses that are coming up. Big window. We are becoming more and more empowered with the light. Focus on the light codes that are coming in. Focus on the energy that is upgrading you. Hi, Tori. Updating us. Memories are coming back. Past live memories are coming back, flooding back through. This is Atlantis playing itself all over again, and we have a chance to do it right this time and not be taken over by old energies. It's really fascinating because I'm super excited that so many people are having so much discovery, and it's not as easy for them to cover these things up anymore because of how many people have awakened, right? Antarctica, and why are we not allowed to explore Antarctica? The ruins that are arising, and what's being covered up on Google Maps when people try to pinpoint on certain places and they're seeing things. Antarctica, you try to zoom in on specific points in Antarctica, you can tell it's just pixelated, patched up. It's cover up, right? It's ridiculous. We're smarter than that. We're smarter than them. This is what they don't want. They don't want us awake and aware. Because when we're awake and aware, they have no power over us anymore. And go into the astrology, that's also really trying to break people through. You thought the same thing about Atlantis, Lisa? Yeah. Yep. This is Atlantis playing all over again. Yeah. Right. And this time we're aware. Many of us, not everybody, but we don't need everybody to be aware. So those of us who are already aware, keep that frequency high, man. Don't dwell with the bottom dwellers right now, especially. There's a lot of nefarious entities that want to try to kind of bring you back down to their frequency so they can get you. Don't let them. Don't let them. We have Venus in a square with Uranus and Mercury in a square with Uranus this weekend specifically. This is a huge energy of liberation. This is a churning inside, a deep churning and yearning, a desire for many people to break free from the prison that they've been contained in. The awakening is happening. Then there's a realization, there's an energy that's like, oh my God, what am I doing? Why? Our belief system has been tampered with. We've been lied to. February 17th will be special. Yes, yes, yes. We have a solar eclipse in Aquarius. We have the Happy New Year, Chinese New Year fire horse. Damn this energy. There's a lot of energy that is beautifully supporting us right now. I don't know any other word to say. How I feel lighter. You're right, Paige. I have seen a change in the eyes of people, a darkness. And don't let the dark eyes fool you, especially if it's the loved ones. This is part of these are the dark energies coming alive, and it's people reconciling with their darkness within. We have light and dark. We all do. We know. Many of us know. We've been talking about this for years, working with our light and dark parts, bringing things to neutral, taking accountability for ourselves so we don't have all those holes in our energy field for these entities and energies to get in and infiltrate us. We have a lot of beautiful astrology supporting people to liberate themselves, break free, especially when it comes to relationships, how we connect with other people or do not. And Mercury, the mind and the communication. Mercury and Venus are in a conjunction, but it's a 4-degree orb. So right now anyway, but I still find this really strong. I feel it really strong. And then we have Mercury moving into Pisces later on this evening. And it's going to be in there for a while because Mercury will retrograde in Pisces at the end of this month. That, depending on where you are in your journey, that can be a beautiful energy to really connect with spirit, with your spiritual aspect of yourself, with the etheric realms. I see that for many of us. For others, and I like to do a spectrum because everybody's in a different place on their journey right now. But especially when Mercury in Pisces goes retrograde, it's going to be hard to focus on the things that people normally focus on, their mundane stuff. I noticed this even today. I'm like, is Mercury in Pisces already? Because I was on the computer and I'm like, oh my God, I can't do that. I can't focus. Where am I? That's the kind of energy we're talking about. I'm happy you made it too, Tori. I'm sorry, I can't keep up with all the chat, but you guys, if I skipped over anybody, I'm not doing it intentionally. It's really small because I'm only on my phone. Yeah. We love everybody. Thank you for being here. Hi, Ben. Thank you for stopping by. Yes, we are being tested and tested to trust. Oh, thank you for bringing that up. For sure. In a big, big way. I mean, Dustin, you can attest to this, right? Also, testing on our discernment. Do we trust ourselves, right? And that can be a lot of the Neptunian energy, but I don't need to dissect that. They're saying I don't need to dissect that too much. We want to be liberated and free from the program. Many of these celebrities and other people that have had influence, oh my gosh, I just did it, have had influence, that's so interesting, over others have been programmed through MK Ultra, which is a horrific thing. But this is not only mind control, it's mental, emotional, physical abuse, and there's drugs that are injected. There's all kinds of things and then they become influencers. This has been going on forever. And we innocent children or beings like, oh, they are entertainers, right? Entertaining to us. I want to aspire to be this way. We leave our true authentic self and our heart and soul to the wayside. Innocently, truly innocently. Mercury retrogrades for 3 weeks. I know it's going to be a wild ride. That's going to be a wild one. I'm just getting a feeling of, it can be confusing. In Pisces, it's our mental activity and communication. We may not be picking up what somebody's putting down, how they're intentionally trying to say it, or maybe they're intentionally trying to say something one way, but it's not coming out that way. It's going to be, so being mindful of these energies. Dustin, I want to say thanks to all here now being the change needed in this time. Yes, you are all so important and appreciated. Thank you, Dustin. It is so super important, you guys. I cannot stress this enough. And I think that how everything is unfolding on the world stage is really showing us that we're not crazy. We never were crazy. We were seeing things very clearly. And actually, some of the things that are being shown to us now might even be still shocking. So go slow and constantly connect back into your heart right now, because the whole dynamic is shifting and changing so rapidly, so rapidly. Yes, let's hold the line. Thank you, Amy. And do we trust the guidance from the still small voice? Yes, yes. The still small voice within is your soul, your higher self, whatever you want to call it. Some call it the spirit guide. That will never steer you in the wrong direction, ever. I would say right now, if you receive any information, like psychically or energetically or even physically, that has you have some kind of knee-jerk response, or it could be exciting, even like, yeah, let's do that. Sit with it. Talk to that still small voice right now, because there's so many characters, nefarious characters out there. Again, like I said, who know us well individually. They've known us through this whole lifetime, have been watching us the whole time, know how to manipulate us. And sometimes they do come through. A lot of times they do come through at first very light and fluffy. Like, oh, I know you. I've known you before. You've got to be discerning. Connect to your heart. And I'm not saying don't trust, but talk to that still small voice within. Always, always. Amy, there's so much information overload these days. It will sometimes challenge our beliefs. Yes. Don't let it trigger you. Truth arises through clarity. Yes. Yes. And you'll receive truth. Your body receives truth. Resonance. Deep gut knowings. Right? This is probably a test for, do you know yourself? Do you know your psychic senses? Do you know your knowings? When you get the chills, do you know what all of these senses mean for you? You do. If you had somebody tell you otherwise, and you're like, oh, I thought it was this. Well, you probably are being steered in the wrong direction. It's so, I'm sorry if I'm confusing anybody. I hope. Mixed signals and misinterpreting. Yes. We do that often. I mean, I can tell you, I've done that. I did that so much in the beginning of my journey, I think, and it was beautiful. And I want to tell you, Anj, too, sometimes when we go through those tests, they build this muscle, this psychic muscle, this strength inside that you know when there's a resonance, when that, but always tap into that still small voice. It will never steer you wrong. And it will never give you anxiety or excitement. It's very calm, always very calm, always. It has no emotional pull in any direction. It's really important to know that part of ourselves. The gaslighting is exhausting, Amy, I know. Tori, I am ready to be the change in my life. And this is the thing. We are that. If we're looking outside of ourselves for anybody or anything else to come save us, you're still stuck in that old program, that old paradigm, and you can be manipulated. We are the ones that are going to create the changes for ourselves in this new paradigm that is being created now. We are co-creating it now. Powerful, beautiful declaration, Tori. Yes. Dreamweaver, I feel so distracted that is hard to stay within. Keep pulling yourself back. Every time something is trying to distract you, take a breath. Take a million breaths. Sit down, pull your energy back in. Your energy is being siphoned. Look over here. You know that whole saying, look over here, look over here. Well, something else is going on over here. That's what's happening on the world stage too. Yeah, that's a good indicator. If any of you are getting distracted and pulled in so many different directions, then yeah, something's trying to mess with you. This is why meditation is important. But again, meditation is not, see, so much has been distorted. Even in spirituality, I'm telling you, I'm just really real, you guys. I'm not like light and fluffy all the time. I'm tell it like it is through my own experience. Meditation is really just pulling your energy back into yourself, turning off the phone and all the distractions and sitting there. Maybe even ask a simple question like, what is true? What do I need to know? Or sit. And most of us have a hard time doing this. I'm one, I do it all the time now, but I was one for a long time. And we've been told by doctors and other people, you have ADD and this and that, blah, blah. And so we have an excuse in our mind like, I just can't do this. That's not true. When we just sit 5, 10, I say 15 minutes, depending. Sit, quiet. You can use music. You can light a candle, gaze at the candle, whatever you can put your focus into. Water is another thing, a bowl of water, or go buy water. First thing you're going to notice is that there's a lot of mind chatter. And it's going to drive you crazy. And that part of you is going to say, I can't meditate. I've got that. That's a trap. That's a trick. Let it flow through. Let it keep flowing. Let it keep going. Notice it. Witness it. Become the witness of it. Get behind those thoughts. And then be like, holy shit, there's a lot going on up in here. There's a lot going on. All right. Can I do something with this? It does die down. Yes, Dustin, you've got this. Your soul prepared for this moment for lifetimes. We have been so prepared for this. If anybody feels unprepared, that's also your small, scared self and maybe some other nefarious energies. We've all been placed in the perfect places. Source, life, our higher self is perfection. If you would call it, there is really no such thing as perfect, but like we're always placed in the right place at the right time with the right people, exactly when we need to be, for whatever we need to. The part of the evolution, the growth, is not to gain more knowledge or wisdom. That's already inside of us. It's to release and remove and peel back all of the stuff that's been told to us, placed on us, our old beliefs, all the gunk. It's like we're getting pressure washed. All the mud's getting pressure washed off of us right now because we are wise. It's in our DNA. It's in our bones. It's in our blood. It's in our soul. It's in this body. It's there. Amy, our intuition is our tuning fork. Yes. And we are like tuning forks. And so we are placed with other people strategically. These are soul contracts where we tune to them and we can tell, does this feel right? Does this feel good? Sometimes it feels good because there's a lesson there. There's something to learn. But I think we're really beyond a lot of the lessons. Now the tuning fork is, do I feel like myself here? Do I feel at home in this energy, in this vibration? Yeah, thank you, Dustin. Amy, the thing about the gaslighting is that usually it means you're literally fulfilling your soul's mission. Stay strong. Ask for support from your family of light. Keep going. Yes, I know, it's really tough times. And a lot of times we gaslight ourselves too, right? We totally do. It's a cosmic mirror of sorts. So when we can... I have so many different messages coming through right now. Let's slow it down. Unless you overthink your intuition. True. Yeah. And that there's another paradox there, right? Intuition is not thinking. Intuition is an inner knowing. It's a resonance. It's already within. Animals display this perfectly. Their senses, our sensory systems, pick up. We are tuning forks. You can't explain a lot of the things that you know, but you know. Then the mind gets in there and it's like, but do I? There's how we gaslight ourselves. Stick with the soul, the gut knowing, the solar plexus. You know, what do they say? The gut instinct. You can't, it's not logical. Intuition is not logical. And here's the crux of where Mercury moving into Pisces is probably going to be helpful until it goes into retrograde. So I feel like a lot of us are going to be, we're in Earth School, right? We're going to be getting a deeper lesson on, do you know yourself as far as your intuitive senses? Do you trust them? Because when we're giving our power away to outside sources over and over again, not trusting ourselves. Yes, a lot of times you will be like steered in the right direction, but then even as a psychic medium, I'm here to tell you, when the messages come through, even if it comes from your spirit guides and the higher self, sometimes it's going to test your intuition. Does it resonate? That's why I always say when I do messages, I'm like, only take what resonates. Whatever doesn't resonate, don't even overthink it. Leave it. Throw it away. Throw it out. I'm not picking up from nefarious energies, but sometimes there's a lesson in seeking the knowledge and the wisdom outside of yourself versus you already know it within. Does that make sense? Tori Page, thank you so much for this space and thankful to you all. I'm so thankful to be here right now. Oh, I'm so thankful for all of you. I love this channel. I love you guys. I love these topics. I could go on forever. I did not get a chance to fill my water up, so let's see. What other topics? Oh, it's very interesting. What time is it? Okay, I was feeling that. Do we go there? Let's go there. Pay attention to the energies coming through tonight because there is a ritual going on. Ooh, hot. We have the Olympics. The opening Olympics. It's starting in 1 minute. All of these energies are connected to the same stream that we are all connected to. Yes, Lisa, readers are confirmation to what you already know. Exactly. And I always say that to people when I read for them. Like, I am always glad to be a source of confirmation and validation for you. I don't want to ever be giving you something that you don't already know within yourself. Absolutely. 100%. Thank you for saying that. So yeah, we have the opening, and part of me wanted to watch it just to see what they were going to all the little symbolism of that. But then the other part of me was like, no, you don't need to subject yourself to that anymore. I see enough of it. I'm actually, there's so much occult symbolism in the opening ceremonies, Amy. Yeah, it's like, so, but that's also in the field. That energy is being put out into the field that we're all connected to. So let's hold space for not just ourselves, but for everyone to stay in their own energy, in their heart. Let's keep sending out love, compassion, light, because not only do we, this is an interesting weekend. We have, now they just began, the Olympic opening ceremonies. A lot of occult symbolism going on there. A lot of energy being put out into that field. I'm sorry for anybody that enjoys that. The Olympic ceremonies. I hate to burst the bubble, but, and then we have the Super Bowl on Sunday. Talk about like gladiators and like all these ancient old rituals that have been used forever. It is that spell work that's being put into the field. Oh, love you, Anj. It is all that spell work that's being put out into the field that affects us, and we don't even realize it. And then we have CERN, we have HARP, we have so many artificial energies going on out there. It's testing our strength and our endurance energetically. This is why we want to know and hold our power in whenever an energy is pulling you somewhere, distracting you from yourself, distracting you from your very nature, recognize it right away and bring yourself back to your own energy again. What my spirit team always would say to me, put on your rubber suit. That energy bounce off of you and back into whomever is projecting it. I'm not receiving it. Let's not receive whatever energy is being put out there, because these forces, I don't even like to give them a name, but these forces are they're putting out all the stops because they know that their time, the jig is up almost. So those of us who are in this stream, in this field, and are light workers, for anybody, but like I'm just, whoever's listening and watching this, even in the replay, hold the light, hold love, hold the compassion for yourself and for others. Connect to nature, connect to your nature. Have something in your home that you can connect to, whether it be crystals or candles or just something that can ground you. Stay very grounded right now. And get yourself to a space, if you can get neutral, that's great. You're not going to be touched. But if you elevate your energy into this positive, lighthearted way of being, find some sense of humor. It's really good to laugh at yourself. This is all a play. It will be over eventually. It's not going to play out forever. And anytime those entities come in through other people or even through your thoughts, they can get into our thought forms. They're really smart, but we're smarter. When we're aware of them, we're smarter. Recognize the program that they're operating under, the spell that you have been placed under, the program. I don't really like to use the word spell for some reason. I don't know why. And then laugh like, ha! Thought you could get me that time. The power in that knowledge, that wisdom, in that no, you are not allowed in this space. And I'm talking to the entities. right? When they come through people, have compassion for the people, they are pretty much unconscious to what is flowing through them. But when we beam them back with our light energy, there's a resonance in there somewhere where every human has a soul and has that light. So we're going to try to beam people with our light. We don't need to beam them with our words. Burning incense has been my go-to lately. Incredibly cleansing. Yes, definitely. I love incense. I ran out. I have to get more. Whew. Well, I'm not going to stay on here too long because I do have to babysit in a little bit. But I'm going to pull some messages from the Starseed Oracle. I feel like there's a message in here for us all. And there's nothing to fear. Truly, there isn't. We're infinite. Infinite souls. What's that saying? The only thing you have to fear is fear itself, because once we are in fear, then we are easily controlled. Hello from Alaska. Hello. That's interesting. I've been so drawn to, I was a little down and out because I had oral surgery the other day. So I just stayed in bed healing my mouth, and I've been watching, I've been really drawn to it too. It's this couple. One's called, the guy's YouTube channel's called Truck House Life. And then his girlfriend's Eden something, but it's all about like Alaska, their travels across the country. But I've been watching them getting stranded in like sub-zero temperature, like below 50-degree temperatures, and it's made me feel warmer because it's really cold here where I live. Hello, hashtag hair flip. I like that name. So let's get a message from the Starseed Oracle. We have to remember we have so much star family that is watching over us and cheering us on and supporting us energetically. We have source energy, we have the sun. There's so much supportive energy. We really want to continue to tap into that and not feed don't feed the animals. My cat's chasing her tail right now. Hi. Thank you. I am feeling better. Hello from California. Oh, we have a card. Hello, MFJL. Oh, we have Star Brothers. Horus energy, protection, loyalty, safety, trust. Remember, guys, we are protected. We have Star Brothers and sisters out there. There's nothing to fear. The only thing I am spreading here is awareness of what's going on, because it can get a little confusing sometimes. These energies are like parasitic. They're like fleas. And our light can repel them. Truly. Absolutely. Tori, may I mention a foot soak with salt water and how clear I felt afterwards? Oh, that's amazing. That's such a great idea, because the feet, yeah, all the meridians and stuff. Thank you for sharing. Thank you, Ben. Oops. So I don't know what I just did. I didn't read what you shared. Sorry, I'm scrolling backwards here. Love and hate should never coexist in the psyche of one's vibration, and never, ever used as tools of the subconscious. The task is getting the hate out. One can dislike, oppose to hate from the heart. Yeah, there's a lot of things that we certainly can dislike. That's to put it mildly. And there's a lot of things that are disgusting. that are going on, for sure. Anger is a useful tool, but when we're coming from the heart with compassion, it's the driving force, it's the Mars force that propels us from basically being in the fetal position on the floor. You know, it propels us to be brave and to speak up when we need to speak up, or make the right action when it's called for, but only when it's coming from the heart. Oh, hello from England. Pocket of posies. I like that. Yes, so we have protection, safety, trust that we are protected. And never doubt that. Let's read it from the book. Never doubt that. Because the mind and the fears will take us places. I'm telling you, social media is riddled with it. Protect your energy. I'm starting to feel a little swelling, so this is probably gonna be the last message here. I know. No, I'm still recovering from oral surgery and it's starting to swell. So I really am not supposed to push myself, but I felt it really important to come on here and talk about the energies and get into this. You're more protected than you can imagine. It's safe to open the back of your heart. You're being called to be open to receiving a new level of support now from those in your life and from the benevolent beings you're connected with. Through ancestral patterning, current life traumas, and past life karmic impressions, many of us have become mistrustful and suspicious of loyalty and have blocks when it comes to receiving support. We've learned that we need to go at life alone. That it's not safe to let our guard down and our heart open, that the world isn't a friendly place. The Star Brothers want you to have a new experience of life on Earth. They want you to feel deeply secure and safe, even when you're going through a difficult time. They want you to hand over your fears to them, to see them as opportunities to let in more love. They're guiding you to stay open to receiving a greater level of support than you can ever imagine, both in this world and beyond. To call in your team of loyal protectors and supporters, both physically and energetically. They want you to learn to soften through life's ups and downs and to learn to open your heart, especially when it most wants to harden. Yes. Let's all take a moment to really soften into the heart. Because there's a lot of intensity in the energy right now, in the field. And the more we can come back to softening and softening into the heart and remember that we are not alone on this journey, that we have our star brothers and sisters overseeing everything. We are protected, we are loved, and we have each other here walking on earth as well. We are strong, we are grounded, we are holding the light, holding the torch for the way home. That is the message for us all. Yeah. Oh, thank you guys. Thank you. Oh, thank you, Amy. I know. We all need to be reminded of these things. It's beautiful. So, I think that's going to be it for tonight because, yeah, I've literally been bedridden for the most of this week. put too much energy into anything, this is what happens. I heat up and I swell up. My face swells up. So I'm not fully recovered yet. But yeah, I'm taking good care of myself. Yeah. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, everyone, for sharing and for being here and holding space for each other. It's not easy, but we've got this, guys. We've got this. This is a beautiful experience. I'm so glad, Ben, that you joined in us. Very interesting timing on the energy flowing through the oracle. Synchronicities are off the chain. Yes, they certainly are. They certainly are. Oh, thank you. I'm so glad that this is what we all needed, and it's beautiful. I'm so glad that we can all come here and connect and receive and hold space for each other. Have a beautiful night. Have a beautiful weekend. And stay soft, stay grounded, stay in your heart, and be good to yourself. I'm going to be good to myself as well. I love you all. Take care.